Okay, let's just state it plainly. Generative AI hasn't just tweaked the search page, it has completely rewired the way we all go out and find information. Search is no longer about just getting a list of links. It's turning into a real conversation. And for any brand, for any marketer out there, this changes absolutely everything. So in this explainer, we're going to break down how search behavior has already changed, and then we'll map out a whole new playbook for this new world, a world where getting cited by the AI is way more important than just getting a click. For years, the entire game of search marketing was about one thing: getting someone to click your link. That was it. That was the trophy. Well, that era is pretty much over. The new goal, the new prize, is to be the trusted, authoritative source that the AI cites directly in its answer. You see the shift? It's about moving from earning a click to earning a citation. And look, this isn't just some theory we're talking about. The data is already in, and it shows the ground has seriously shifted under our feet. Let's take a look at just how quickly that classic world of 10 blue links is starting to disappear. The reality is, well, it's pretty stark when you look at the data. Pure Research found that when a search result page has no AI summary, about 15% of the visits end up with a click on one of those traditional links. Okay, but when an AI overview is there, that number absolutely plummets to just 8%. This isn't just a little dip, folks. The behavior of clicking a link is nearly cut in half. This is what we mean by click erosion. It's real and it's happening right now. And this just proves that zero-click searches were already becoming the norm, even before this latest AI wave really hit. I mean, look at this SparkToro data. For every 1,000 Google searches, only about 360 to 374 of them actually resulted in a click to an outside website. Think about that. Roughly 2/3 of all searches were already ending right there on the results page. AI is just hitting the accelerator on a trend that was already well on its way. So, with fewer and fewer people clicking, what are they doing instead? Well, they're having conversations. And this has led to two huge behavioral shifts. First, how we actually write our search prompts, and second, how our entire research journey is changing shape. The way we search has totally transformed. We've gone from typing in these short little keywords to writing out detailed contextual prompts. We're not just asking a simple question anymore. We are briefing an AI. We're treating it like a research assistant, a junior colleague who actually understands roles, constraints, and what we're trying to achieve. And this is not an exaggeration. A prompt like this isn't just asking for some information, it's asking for a fully synthesized, actionable output. It's packed with deep, nuanced intent, and it expects what is basically a mini consulting project in return. This is the new level of sophistication that our content has to be ready to answer. Right, so this new sophistication leads to these multi-turn journeys. You know what it used to be like, right? The process of opening 10 different browser tabs and trying to piece everything together in your head. Well, that's now getting compressed into a single back and forth conversation. The data shows that the average multi-turn session on a platform like ChatGPT involves about 5 exchanges. The entire research funnel, from discovery all the way to a decision, is now happening inside one single thread. Now, there's a really critical human factor at play here, and it's called automation bias. We are all, naturally wired to trust the answers we get from automated systems. It means we spend less time, less mental energy, double-checking them. This is great when the AI is right, but it creates a massive brand risk when the AI gets something wrong about your product, your pricing, or your features. People are just way more likely to believe the machine. Okay, so that's the challenge. Clicks are down, conversations are way more complex, and that trust is, well, it's fragile. So how do we adapt? It's time for a new playbook, one that's totally focused on creating content that AI systems will actually trust and reference. To get cited by AI, our content just has to follow a new set of rules. First, it has to be answer first. Just get straight to the point. Then you have to prove it with clear evidence and sources. It should always offer a next step to guide the user forward. The content itself, it needs to be modular, built in these clean, liftable blocks an AI can easily grab. And finally, it all has to map to the journey, making sure you're addressing questions at every single stage of that new compressed funnel. Here's a perfect example of a winning format. A structured table, like this feature matrix, directly answers those complex, evaluative prompts we saw earlier. An AI doesn't have to guess or try to interpret a bunch of text. It can just read this structured data and spit out a clear, factual comparison. This is exactly the kind of content that's going to thrive in a conversational search world. Creating individual pieces of content is one thing, but the ultimate goal here is actually much bigger. It's about building a solid foundation of trust with these AI systems so you become the absolute go-to source in your field. And this is where this whole concept of a source of truth comes in. Think of it like your brand's official public record, a central, definitive, and totally machine-readable hub for all of your most critical information. This isn't just another blog. It's your fortress of facts. It's the ultimate defense against AI misinformation, and it's the foundation for earning those valuable citations. So where do you start? Well, here's a 6-step plan. Number 1, build those source of truth hubs. 2, mark up all your data with schema so machines can easily read it. 3, architect your content around entities. That's your brand, your products, your key people. 4, publish content that actually helps users make decisions. 5, you've got to constantly monitor what the AIs are saying about you. And finally, number 6, shift your KPIs away from just clicks to what really matters now. Of course, a strategic shift this big requires a real system to execute it properly. So let's look at the key components of a system that's actually designed to put this whole playbook into action. A dedicated system really brings all these pieces together. You need a way to create that answer-first content at scale. You need to build and manage a knowledge graph of your brand's entities. You need tools for monitoring all the AI services for citations and, importantly, for errors. And finally, you need brand new dashboards to measure what success even looks like in a zero-click world. Putting a system like this in place is really what it takes to move from just theory to actual execution. The framework we've been talking about, aiCMO, for example, offers a ton of resources to learn more about how to operationalize this exact strategy. You can find out more at aicmo.so. And listen, this doesn't have to be some multi-year project that feels impossible. This transformation is actually really manageable, and you can tackle it systematically with a simple 90-day plan. In that first month, you audit your presence, and you lay the technical foundations. In the second month, you ship that crucial decision-enabling content. And then in that third month, you set up your ongoing rhythm of monitoring, optimizing, and reporting on those new KPIs. See? Totally doable. It really all comes down to a new mandate for every single brand, and it's summarized in these 3 directives. You must be unambiguously correct in your information. Remember that automation bias? You have to be aggressively structured in your content so machines can read it reliably. And you must be consistently monitored because this AI landscape is changing every single day. And that leaves us with this one final thought. For years, the ultimate question in search was, can my brand be found? But as AI agents start to not just find information, but to act on our behalf, making recommendations, booking appointments, even making purchases, the question evolves. The new critical question that we all must answer is, will my brand be the one that AI chooses?